Pat, who's on my radio show, Pat and I were flying yesterday, and we just have this feeling that divine providence is at work here. And we feel that strangely confident that Obama is going to lose, even though there's no reason for us to believe that. We feel at peace. And the more we see the polls and everything else, Pat said something that I had been thinking. He said, you know, maybe I feel strangely at peace because, and not because we think Romney's going to win, we don't know the mind of God. Maybe the best thing for us, just like the last time, Obama wins. Now, I can't see that.
I don't see it either.
Okay.
I don't
Do
see
you
it
feel
at all.
at peace that things are going to work out well?
Well, I've always believed in the preeminence of God, and I have been preaching for the past several weeks that the secret to America's survival is prayer, and that we as a nation are beginning 40 days of prayer, beginning September the 28th, which will be a day of prayer to the 40th day, which is the election of the President of the United States. I believe when millions of us are praying about the survival of this nation, because this is not just simply about two men running for an office. This is about freedom and socialism. This is about a big government that will tell you everything you can and can't do versus a democracy where you're free under God's providence to take your talents and let your life be blessed by what God puts in your hand. If we all unite together in prayer, at the end of 40 days, whatever happens is the will of God.
You know, we were going to start our 40-day and 40-night challenge tonight, but I'll back up and we'll start at the same time because I know there's a lot of churches that are doing that starting next week. There's something else that if we have time, Tiffany, do we have time for one more thing? Okay, I want to talk to you about there's this system where they're trying to scare preachers from speaking out at this time. The Democratic Party will go to black churches and they'll say anything and do anything and they'll just, Barack Obama is the man. But people like you, they want to make sure you don't say anything political at all. That's not legal to do.
It's true.
And next week they're challenging it, right?
Yes. The thing that ministers of America need to understand is that you have the constitutional right of the freedom of speech and the freedom of religion. And if it says so in the Bible, you can say so in the pulpit. The only thing you can't do is endorse a candidate. And I tell the people in my congregation and in the television audience to vote the Bible. I'm saying when you walk into the booth, don't think about I'm a Republican, I'm a Democrat, I'm a conservative, I'm a liberal, I'm going to get something because my union says I am. Ask yourself, am I a Christian? And are you a Christian that believes the Bible? If you do, then vote the Bible. Okay. Which party is for homosexual marriage? That's opposed to the Bible. Which party is opposed to Israel? The Bible is pro-Israel. It's not rocket science. Read the book. And when you read the book, it's very clear what America must do to walk in the light of righteousness.
We get what we deserve next time?
We'll get what we deserve. And with everybody praying and everyone speaking out like yourself, this nation is going to make a decision that will determine our destiny forever.
People always say that this is the most election. I've heard this. It's the most important election of our lifetime. But this one really is.
It really is.
Can you compare this to another time? I mean, I think I have to go back to Civil War and Abraham Lincoln.
That is the one that comes to mind. And by the way, the thing that brought the Civil War, in my mind, to an end was that Abraham Lincoln called for a day of fasting and prayer for the whole nation. And it's recorded in the Washington Library of Congress. And it was approved by the Senate, and there was a specific day that he called all of the people of America to pray. We had 600,000 Americans were killed in the Civil War. We lost 23,000 in one day at Antietam. 53,000 were killed at Gettysburg. The nation was ripped apart by hatred as brother fought brother and father fought son. But when this man, this godly man, this man whose speeches are laced with Bible verses, got down and asked our nation to pray, suddenly things began to happen that brought the Union together. And Robert E. Lee had the grace to surrender a battle that couldn't be won, and the Union was preserved.
And Lincoln had the grace to say, let him up easily.
Yes.
The name of the book of John's latest is The Power of Prophetic Blessing, an astonishing revelation for a new generation. He is a prophet of our times. He should be listened to on what he says, and seriously pondered and considered. A very good man, John Hagee. God bless you.
Thank you.
Thanks for everything you do.
Thank you.